Now we come to mine. I should know it pretty well. The Deer Woman. The Deer Woman is from the East. There are many stories of deer luring kings and hunters deep into the woods until they were lost and had to use mystical charms to find their way home. Buddha is often depicted with a deer by his side and is said to have embodied their gentle nature. In the sweet medicine teachings, the deer is the keeper of magic. Wild deer have exceptionally fine senses of smell, hearing, and sight. They mark their territory. Sorry. They mark their territory by leaving a strongly scented pheromone that they secrete at the front of each eye. As lovers, deer women's beauty, innocence, and grace make them exquisite companions. They magically enchant their lovers and are known for creating intoxicating spells with their marvelously soft and elegant natures. If there is one word that captures the unique allure of a deer woman, it would have to be irresistible. Why, thank you. Like deer running through the forest and nibbling on only certain leaves. Exactly. Deer women have delicately refined tastes. Because of their discerning preferences, they can be overly picky and critical. Tell me about it. They are easily distracted and can shut down entirely if they sense something is just not right. Absolutely. Absolutely. A few partners lost me with just one line. Or, like I tell some people, I say, I'm not judging you, but if you make me feel creeped out, or if there is something that makes me uncomfortable, then I do listen to my gut. Very much so. Now, I've learned not to be overly critical, but to explore up to a certain extent, as we all should. And then decide, does this serve me or doesn't it? But yes, I when I was younger, I would say I fall in love with a pretty face at least 10, 20 times a day. Now, that didn't mean I was horny. That didn't mean I wanted to fuck them. It just meant I thoroughly loved the beauty of people, and yeah, I would become distracted. However, the wrong partner would get jealous or would whatever when I was just admiring the beauty and just the life that was there. You know, allow me to enjoy that woman dancing. Allow me to enjoy that man talking. Is that what is needed to ask permission? No. You know, I'm going to enjoy that woman dancing, and I'm going to enjoy that man talking, and I'm going to love it. And if the partner is not secure, well then, you know, I can ask myself, well, have I thoroughly enjoyed them? Have I placed them in a beautiful place? And if yes, then that's not the partner for me. If I've done all those things and they still feel insecure, then they need to address their insecurities. And this, again, this is also relationship-wise, and it goes for men and women. But dear women, we are very much like this. Dear women get turned on in a flash. Remember the remarkable agility of a deer. They can often reach orgasm in less than a minute. Absolutely. I did a video not maybe early in the year or something, and I've done them before, that it's very, it takes me less than 2 minutes to just breathe and swirl my hips and, Flash Gordon. But then I'm also multi-orgasmic. And so it's something where that partner can't be like, oh, you came already, and be disappointed, which I have been with just very naive partners where it's like, yeah, that doesn't mean I can't do it again. However, for some, they miss it, or they don't even know the different orgasms that a woman can have. And so it's really funny because not only can a woman be multi-orgasmic, but she can be aware of the many different orgasms that she can have. If a dear woman wants to enjoy the subtler sensations of sex, she needs to slow down her movements and harness her quickness in order to extend her orgasmic pleasures. And so, yes, that is another thing that I wanted to learn from men, how some of the men that I had been with were very on point and in control of their orgasm. And so I also recommend doing that for women. And so I did learn to slow down. Of course, I did learn to breathe. And I did learn to ease my partner's worry about that I had already released. There's more. And there are different types of release that I will have with you. Calm down. Dear women sit in the east of the medicine wheel, the place of fire and spirit. They desire spiritual communion in the rituals of passion. They long to visit beautiful places for sacred ceremonies where they can linger in the glory of blissful union. No wonder I'm into Tantra, huh? If you want to successfully attract and arouse a dear woman, create an exalted atmosphere for love's complete expression, and then cherish her with absolute reverence. In Chinese medicine, deer antlers are ground into powder for restorative remedies. They contain the fastest growing tissues on earth and are thus believed to confer sexual youth, endurance, and sexual potency. Dear women can be long-term, fiercely loyal lovers who truly enjoy hot sex. They can lure their partners to surrender into mystical realms of infinite rapture. Their moans of surrender and joy are called the whispers of the goddess. It's funny because, at least for me, in all my things, from the astrological sign to the year of the rooster that wakes everyone up, to my pussy, to everything, is just so in alignment. It's mind-boggling to me. So for women and for men, just gather together. What's your sign? What's your cock or your pussy like? What does everything point at? And that's a really fun introspection journey that you can go on. Distinguishing features of dear women. There are a number of distinguishing features of a dear woman's genital anatomy, which together combine to make her tupuli, the interior lips that right there in the middle, special and unique. The first are her extremely thin and tiny outer lips, whereas another woman has thicker or longer lips. Hers are tiny. In some cases, the entire length of the vulva can be less than an inch in length. From the front, my pussy will be very, very small looking. And it does look just like the tiniest pussy. And then from the back, she's different, and it's just amazing. I really love the exploration of the pussies. And so there are idealized vaginas most commonly depicted in pornographic magazines and movies. It is unfortunate so many women pick up the false idea that their own pussies are supposed to appear petite, and sometimes undergo surgery to rectify this discrepancy. So many buffalo women with those thick, beautiful, sensuous, all feeling lips will go and have surgeries and things, and that's just horrible. Nonetheless, the beautiful appearance of the tiny vulva is somewhat deceptive, as the dear woman has the deepest inner cave of all the anatomy types. Her fire trigger is located right inside the entrance, right at the entrance. No need to search so much. Grinding is delicious because it's right there at the entrance. There's no need to finger really far. And there's the comedy right there as well, the irony, that even though she has a deep cave, a deep tunnel, her G-spot is right at the entrance. Isn't that funny how nature is so filled with comedy? She may easily have multiple orgasms and tends to prefer slow and then deep thrusts, an exchange, but slow and deep, shallow and then deep, slow and then deep, shallow and deep, slow, just the tip, deep. She likes rhythm. A dear woman typically becomes hotter and drier, and the more aroused she gets. Her barely covered exposed clitoris is extremely sensitive. Remember, I said that some women love that oral and that sucking on the clit and all this stuff. And when I was with someone where I said he was probably with a sheep woman before and it worked with her, but he didn't realize that he was dealing with another type of woman. And so it was very painful, and it was just too sensitive, and I did not like it at all. Thus, some say they do not enjoy strong oral sex or heavy pressure. They can get sore if enough care is not taken during long-term sexual activity, and often like to use lubricants. Whereas somebody might think who is insecure, well, this woman isn't turned on because the pussy's getting hotter and drier. Well, very wrong indeed. As with all other types, dear women can come to enjoy oral sex and enjoy just about any position. It's really just about her own security and being able to ask for what we want or guide. I like to guide. And it's about a secure partner. In the direction of the wheel, remember she's at the east, the place of fire, spirit, imagination, and determination. The distance between the clit and the pussy opening. The clit and opening are right next to each other almost, less than a quarter inch apart. It's usually very, I would say maybe even half a finger, half the pointer finger of a woman, of course. The shape or size of the hood, barely hooded, sometimes exposed tiny clitoris. While as another pussy has a tunnel-like, or has it almost like a teepee over it. The inner lips, very thin, small lips. The size of the cave entrance, very deep, 7 to 9 inches, with a tight entrance, 3/4 of an inch to an inch diameter at opening, whereas the buffalo woman had 3 to 4 and was shallow and needed to be really aroused to be able to go deeper. The deer woman has the G-spot at the entrance, right up front, and has a longer tunnel. Lubrication, dry, although she can ejaculate as any anatomy type. It'll be very juicy, dry, very juicy, dry, very juicy, dry. And this will fool many insecure and non-mastery lover partners. Temperature, very hot, extremely hot. Taste, sweet, tart taste. Time to reach orgasm, 1 to 3 minutes. Types of stimulation, typically does not like much foreplay. Direct oral or clitoral stimulation needs to be extremely gentle because the clit is so exposed. Also because it's so sensitive and close to the cave's entrance. It can become overstimulated or even irritated without sufficient lubrication. She likes it fast, deep thrusting, and extended intercourse mixed with that shallow, soft, gentle thrusting. Types of orgasm, fast, explosive, is aroused by spiritual, charismatic connections. Preferred positions, likes them all, especially those with high leg positions. Preferred male anatomy types, likes many types, especially the deer like her, and horse. Has trouble with the coyote because of the size. Sometimes something too fat is going to be very irritating because she has a smaller diameter. Even though it's a deep pussy. She might not be as wide. Sexual demeanor, enchanting, alluring, swift, hot, and magically seductive. Why, thank you, dear goddess, for giving me such a lovely, magical pussy. May all women be proud and happy of their pussies, and may men know how to enjoy them.